Here's a nice easy flow to do if you're feeling that you're short of time at this busy time of year. So come in to stand at the front of your mat. Just give your hands and legs a little shake. Get that energy running around through the body. Go as fast or as slow as you'd like here. And then we're going to bring the feet together. Just let the arms drop down by the sides. Feeling that life force just whizzing through the body. So just feel the weight get nice and even between the feet. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Bring the chin parallel to the floor. And just let those shoulders soften away from the ears. And then just soften the knees and just slowly just let the upper body crumple to the floor. Now, if you're feeling a strain, stay halfway with the hands on the thighs. If you've got a little more space to play with, just soften the knees even more. Let the upper body hang loose and low in ragdoll pose. So maybe you remember getting a ragdoll for Christmas. Maybe not. I do. So embrace that floppiness and ease your way onto your hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under the hips. We'll begin with some cat-cows. So as you inhale, let the belly soften to the ground. Let the gaze just gently fall forward, relaxing the neck. As you exhale, bring the chin to the chest, round in the back, and pressing into the hands and the shins. So as you inhale, the belly softens, the shoulder blades melt down the back. As you exhale, chin to chest, we arch the back like a cat. And we're just going to take a few more, just move to the rhythm of your breath. And then we're going to make our way to child's pose. So we're just going to take the big toes together, knees nice and wide. Now you can always get a blanket or a cushion to rest in. You could take the hands just a little further forward. You could take the hands by the feet. You choose which feels the most appropriate for you. And then just see if you can rest. And if child's pose doesn't work for you, come to a comfortable seated position. It's not perfect for everybody. I know when I had knee problems, I found it very difficult. So find just a shape to rest your body in and to feel your breath moving in and out, nice and slow. Then we're going to use an inhale to come back to all fours. Taking the wrists under the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. And we're just going to take things nice and easy, finding some space in the backs of the legs by taking that left leg out, tucking the toes. And then maybe just rocking back and forth. So bending the knee, crown reaching forward, and then heel back. And then swap sides, so tucking the toes. And just bending and stretching that right leg now. And then back to all fours. And then we'll take that left leg back. And this time, maybe we'll lift it up a little bit. Maybe we'll stay there. Or maybe we'll bring the knee towards the chest. And just like that, those poses, the cat and the cow, inhale and exhale. So we bring the knee to the chest. And arch the back like a cat. And as we exhale, we drop the belly and take the leg back. So you don't have to go too high for this, just as comfortably as you can. And then we'll swap sides. So the right leg comes out, and maybe it might be just nice to stay there. Or we bring the chin towards that knee. And then we'll just do the cat and cows with the back. And at the same time, bring that right knee in towards the chest. Just getting the spine and the backs of the legs nice and soft and movable. And then when you're ready, we'll just take a few cat-cows. And then we'll settle into your pose of rest, whether it's child's pose or sitting. You choose. And wherever you are, just take your attention to your inhale. To your exhales. Maybe you'll notice those little pauses in between in-breath and out-breath. And then we're going to do a twist in child's pose if you're there. So we're going to slide the right arm underneath. Now, if you're in a seated position, just take your right hand over to the outside of the left knee and gaze over your left shoulder. And take some nice deep breaths. And then bring that left hand back so you can ease yourself back up to a child's pose. And then swap sides, or if you're sitting down, you can just simply swap sides now. Breathing full and deep. And taking that right palm back and easing your way back up to a tabletop pose. A few more cat-cows. Never can do enough of these to keep the spine nice and healthy and mobile. Just playing with those natural arches of the spine. Now you can repeat what we did before by taking the left leg back or reaching it up, or you could take the right arm out, coming into a spinal balance and staying there, or you could bring the elbow and the knee together. So we bring the elbow and the knee, and then we go into that cow shape with the back, and as we exhale, we come into the cat shape with the back. So moving slow and easy. And then maybe just settling in the balance for a short while. And then again, we'll do a few more cat-cows to even things off. And we might stay with those cat-cows, or we're going to slide that right leg back to the end of the mat. Keep it on the floor, or inhale it up to hip height, or take the left arm out. Gaze down, relax the neck. Maybe we'll take those elbows to knees, but you choose just what feels good for you today. And then when you're ready, after a few breaths in the balance, we'll come back to our tabletop pose. Maybe a few more cat-cows. Then we're going to come into thread the needle pose. So as we inhale, we take the right arm up. As we exhale, we bend the elbow and thread the right arm underneath the body. Come to rest on that right side of the face. Now you can stay there, or you can stretch out your left leg and tuck your left toes, taking that left palm onto the ground, reaching it forward. So this is quite a nice stretch if it feels good. To the upper back and the shoulders. Now we've created some space in the spine, bringing that right palm back, coming back to that tabletop pose and then swapping sides. So we're going to take the left arm up after a few more rounds of cat-cow. So take your time. So the left arm floats up. And then the left arm reaches through, and we ease the left side of the face down to the ground. And we could stay there, or we could take those right toes back, reaching the right palm forward. Kind of stretching the back as well as the twist. And then bringing the palm back towards the face, bringing the knee in. Inhale back up to table pose after you've given that left arm a stretch out. And then when you're ready, we're just going to crawl our way to a comfortable seated position. And if you'd like to take a forward fold now, we're going to bend the knees, take the hands underneath the backs of the knees, drape the body over those thighs. Now if you want more of a juicy forward fold, you can always straighten out the legs a little, but I'm taking things easy. This time of year is busy enough. So any option to stay in a position that feels easy to breathe deep in, that's my goal. And as you inhale, come all the way up. We're going to play with our boat pose. So maybe your boat pose is tucking the heels towards you with a big hug. Maybe you'd like to lift those heels off the ground. Maybe you'd like to straighten out those calves and to give a little support underneath the calves. And just take some nice deep breaths. We're going to do another round. So bringing the soles of the feet together, coming into a butterfly pose. We just soften the head to the heels. Now, if you feel that boat pose is a little too much, you can stay in this butterfly pose. Maybe threading the hands underneath the legs. Or if you'd like to go for another round of boat pose, we're going to slowly, on an inhale, come back up. And then we're going to bring the knees into the chest. Maybe we'll keep the feet on the floor. Maybe lift the heels. Maybe we'll take those oars out to the sides, hugging the knees in. Maybe we'll straighten one leg out and then the other. And then maybe we'll stay doing that. Or maybe we'll straighten both legs. Or maybe we'll take hold of the ankles or the calves. This is a nice one to stretch out the legs, strengthen the core. So I'm glad we warmed that low back up. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe we'll take one hand out to the side and maybe the other, hanging here in this boat pose with effortless ease. As we take the soles of the feet together and back to butterfly pose. So if you stayed in butterfly pose, we're here to join you for a few breaths. And then one more cheeky round of boat pose, so you can stay in your butterfly pose if you'd like to. Or inhale, and we'll come up to any variation of boat pose. Maybe we'll straighten the legs. Maybe we'll hold on to those calves. Maybe we'll bend those knees a little, bring the shins parallel to the floor. Whichever boat shape floats your boat. Taking one hand out and then the other. That's a nice way to find that. But I'm easing off now, bending the knees, shins parallel to the floor. That feels just right for me now. And then we're going to come to lie on the ground. So if you're in butterfly pose, inhale to come up, exhale, lie on the back, bring the knees into the chest. Take the soles of the feet down to the ground. And then take the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, hands rested on the belly. And we can do butterfly lying down now for a change. And maybe you can stay with this one if you like the butterfly pose. It's really nice for the hips that might feel tight. Or we're going to come into our lying down pigeon. So we'll just take a few more breaths. So you can stay in that, or you can take the arms over the head. Now, like I said, you can stay here, but the next pose is our lying down pigeon pose. So if you want a little bit more space in the hips, then we're going to take the hands around the thighs and bring the knees together. And then come into a bridge position with the feet after you've given yourself a nice little massage of the low back. And we take the right ankle over the left knee, right hand on the inside of the right thigh, left hand on the bony part of the pelvis, and just gently rock that knee back and forth. And you can stay with this, or you can thread the right hand through the legs, left hand behind the left thigh. And then maybe you'd like to straighten out that left leg. That's an option too. You choose. And then we'll take the sole of the left foot down to the ground, arms over the head. Twist into the left side, so the right foot and knee roll over to your left side. Nice juicy twist, good for the shoulders. And today's practice has always been about focusing on the middle, the hips, the spine. So we're going to bring those knees in again, and then we're going to take the left ankle on that right knee, and then we're going to rock and roll back and forth. Go straight into that pigeon pose if you'd like to, threading the hand between the left hand between the legs, right hand around the thigh of the right leg, or straightening out the right leg. And then we'll take the sole of the foot down, arms over the head, and we'll twist over to your right side this time. So the twists help to keep the spine mobile. The butterfly poses have helped to open up the hips, and the boat pose have helped to strengthen the core a little once we've warmed up the low back. So we can rest now. Our work is done. So finding a comfortable place, either with the legs outstretched or bending the knees, taking the soles of the feet onto the mat, letting the knees roll in together, tucking the chin in and relax. Let go. For the next few minutes, there's nothing to do, nowhere to be. Just you, your body, and your breath. Listening to the sound of my voice without trying too hard. Letting your natural breath roll in, roll out. Now observing your body from the outside in. Imagine that you are looking down on your body now, lying on this mat. Imagine you're a photograph, an image. And this image is of somebody you love very much. Notice the front of the body, light and spacious. Feel the back broad. Notice a spreading from the inside out like honey melting. The face is soft. The heart is open. The mind is like the clear blue sky of a beautiful day. Notice your belly and pelvis sink to the floor. Feel your legs heavy and grounded. Feet to head, inside to outside. Skin is soft, stretched smoothly over the bones. With love, see your face. Feel the clothes on your skin. Feel the skin on your bones. Going deeper still. Observe the organs, the blood, the gentle internal movements of energy right down to a cellular level. Have a sense of your entire body resting here at ease, ready to receive the gift of yoga, the journey of the self to the self, resting here with effortless ease. I'm going to leave you here now for a little while longer, resting in a state of ease. Slowly now, take the hands and rest them on your low belly. Feel your inhales and exhales. Feel the rhythm and pace of your breath. Listen to the sound of your breath. Slowly begin to wiggle your toes. With effortless ease on an inhale, slowly reach those arms over the head, feeling the effortless ease, this beautiful stretch. And then maybe you'd like to draw the knees in towards you, wrapping the hands around the shins. Maybe you'd like to stay in this lovely stretch. Slowly, when you're ready, make your way to a comfortable seated position, resting the hands on the knees or the thighs. Closing those eyes. As you inhale, draw the hands over the head. Bring the palms together at your heart center. Taking a few easy breaths. Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining me.